but we're going to get a chance to see exactly what it is that is going to be played. The picks and bans for Game 3, the decider match, the final one here in our EU set of console coming at you now. Revenge looks like going to be the first pick selection this time, so back towards Game 1 where things worked out for them so well. Remember, when Fable had the last pick, the 10th pick last time, they put that Aphrodite in that slot. So don't be surprised if Fable might kind of hold out for a last counter pick in that slot.
And this is where Revenge has been very highly valuing Chernobog, so depending on whether or not Fable ban it away, I expect Revenge are trying to scoop that one up first, especially since, again, you don't typically see Geb first like Fable pulled out, so I expect that Revenge are going to look for something that's been highly anticipated, either the Thoth or the Chernobog.
That's been the big difference between Gino and, whoa, they're banning it themselves. Very surprised. Actually, I'm having a hard time thinking of a good reason to do that, because almost certainly Fable are going to ban that, right?
They either ban that or they ban Zhang, and with the way things have been going, I feel like either one you're going to be happy being able to scoop up.
Now, if they for sure don't want Chernobog, then maybe this is the right thing just in case Fable don't ban it, right? Yeah. If they're worried Fable won't be banning this pick and they don't want the Chernobog for themselves, then they go ahead and ban it away. Let Fable take care of the Zhang and they can grab the Chang'e for themselves. We saw Auzrik piloting this one last time with that blink and got it to work. We'll see if Revenge want to take this over to the solo lane or if they want to try a Chang'e mid themselves.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how they're going to pilot this again. The big, I want to say game changers, have been in these first 3 picks. Chang'e was huge in that last game, even though early on it was going to be rough.
It was struggling.
Now you're going to have Zeus going up against it. So if Zeus is going to be mid lane, he's not going to be flexing over the solo. I feel like in my memory, I've heard Zeus jungle in the past like couple weeks, but I feel like that's not going to be what we see either.
No,
call it on.
It doesn't. I don't think so, and especially with the Geb paired with it. Zeus is a very immobile god, very punishable. Geb, I love it as a pick to sort of be a bodyguard rolling around for Zeus, a bouncer, if you will, to sort of help him gain access to the team fights.
Skin.
The bouncer Geb skin.
Bouncer Geb,
that's
where
a
he's just
great
this
idea.
big guy, suit,
he's just at the door.
Sunglasses.
Son, those shoes. Not coming in with those shoes.
So, well, I have some new other shoes in my car.
No, get out. Don't come back.
Let me just put it for you. You're not allowed in here.
Yeah, don't come back.
Just you.
No, it's you. Cabrakan coming out. We don't see a ton of this pick, but I kind of love it. I mean, they already have a ton of burst damage on this Zeus. Why not add just a little bit more on Cabrakan? This is a ton of control, too. He has potentially 2 stuns, the Tremors for disruptions, and the Tectonic Shift to lock them in. Ram won't be able to roll through those. Now, Scylla can get out of there with the Sentinel, but Ram certainly, even the Chang'e, can be locked in by those Tectonic Shifts.
And I like the way Fable kind of shifted their last couple bans. It's been Warriors this entire time. They've been really worried about solo lane. This time they're like, all right, we know what can help enable a Ram, and we're going to go ahead and take that away. We see the sustain that Sylvanas can provide. We're going to take that away because we don't want your team being too focused on healing, because even with all the anti-heal in the world, there is a certain point where the healing gets to be too much, and they're going to be able to go for the Hachiman, so they're looking pretty confident. I want to say I like their draft. It's different, but I think they have the elements they need as long as they play it properly.
I like this draft from Fable. They recognize Chang'e going to be the solo lane for Revenge. No need to ban out the Odin and the other warriors. Ares, Sylvanas are the early pressure guardians in a big way. Don't want to pair that up with the Ram and kind of walk over Fable, especially on the Geb. Ares can be a big problem for him, so they take those off the table, and they grab the Hachiman for themselves. That could be some good pressure, but I'm liking this Serqet Hercules. Some questions about who's playing support on this competition now. You think it might be the Herc now?
I mean, honestly,
maybe Chang'e support.
There's a lot they could do that could make that duo lane incredibly aggressive, and there's a lot that they could do that would make everything fall properly in place. I want to say Chang'e's solo Hercules support, but you really never know. And actually being able to lock in the Wukong, again, you've got a lot of just kind of, I completely forgot the word.
A lot of mobility, a lot of survivability, a lot of, they got a lot. Wukong does a lot of stuff for you.
That
one. Poke.
I was alluding to the fact that they have a lot that can go everywhere.
Sure.
And I completely blanked on what the word is. But Mango is going to be the one who's actually piloting this
Auzrik, no. Those beads. Oh, my man.
Feels bad.
Feels bad. As the blink comes out from Mango to try and force those beads. It is going to be Gnome taking the Chang'e solo. It's going to be Zhen, though, playing the Serqet support. And Hercules in the jungle. Didn't call that one, did ya?
Well,
Hercules jungle this game, Serqet support.
I didn't think Hercules would be flexing into the jungle. I was wondering if Serqet was going to flex into support. That was my really aggressive things they could pull out. But it was one of those things that it felt too aggressive, even for Revenge, to actually want to do it. I'm excited to see what they do. They're still going for the same kind of play where they're going to pressure this out, but they don't have the tankiness to tank the minions as well.
Well, they are going to move right forward, and yet again, Davey is going to fall bad. Looks like we might, though, have a substitution. Actually, Sir Falls a lot that's in here for them in that support role this time. So
no killy.
Yeah, so it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a different look for them with the support, but they're still doing the same start that we've seen them do for every game. So again, I don't think this is the god or matchup dependent, as Auzrik takes a big chunk in mid lane. Beads wouldn't have helped him there anyway. Sir Falls letting Davey like to go red, then purple, and kind of give up on that initial wave.
Meanwhile, Revenge doing exactly what they've been doing, but again, we're looking at something that's going to get aggressive. This time, Jin, though, has a lot more, I want to say, damage overall to be able to clear out these buffs. I think they could get all three and not lose the wave, especially with these back camps. Again, it's a small amount, but early on, that's going to give you a big level lead.
Blink in from Waldrom. He's on that jungle Cabrakan. Beads come out from LingXiao in response, who does not get controlled. Is going to be able to survive, but those beads being on cooldown makes him an easier target. But you talked about Jin. I mean, I feel like didn't he play a Guardian game 1? I feel like he's slowly been getting less tanky, right?
He's like, guys, I want to frag out too.
He's like, goes into a warrior. He's like, you know what, just give me Serqet. Auzrik, though, in some trouble here in the middle lane. Reform Mango is going to get slowed just a little bit. That big detonate charge pop could come off, but not before LingXiao finds the crush. Waldrom now in a heap of trouble himself. Root doesn't land, though. That should be enough for Waldrom to get out. Might not have landed anyway with that first ability coming out. Has the turnaround stun. Mango survives. Waldrom still clinging to life.
That's going to be a blink come through as well. Crush not going to be connecting.
Oh my
Waldrom
goodness.
is just chasing around.
There we go.
It's going to be the long but inevitable death as things go. And this is the fight that I'm really curious about.
Gore, that was low-key sad.
Inevitable?
The long yet inevitable death. Like, geez, Louise. We're all
feels
walking
Waldrom,
towards it.
man.
Yeah, feels Waldrom, doesn't it? As he ends up falling there. A couple abilities off the mark a little bit from LingXiao. Extend the life of Waldrom there, but eventually they catch him and they're able to bring him down. This Cabrakan Guardian jungle, something we've seen. Cheerio used to play quite a bit of this, in particular up in the SPL. Has a ton of control, ton of burst damage, can still check a lot of those boxes, but needs to get off to a good start. And Reform Mango paired up with LingXiao, already slowing him down.
I know I'm 3 minutes too late, but the word I meant to say was ambiguity. They had a lot of ambiguous picks.
Like flex picks, yeah.
And I just now remembering.
You know what?
But
Right on time.
Way, they're going to be able to have it and use this fight.
Double Cobra's Kiss into Deathbane. Gonna set up some very easy kills. Gino rolls in, misses that auto. Jin cannot continue to move forward. Gino has the Astro Arrows, only had one, not enough to get to the minion. Jin comes in and shuts it down. Ambush to clear the minions, but a great play from Jin with the Cobra's Kiss Deathbane combo.
I mean, just double taps, essentially, to the point where all you have to do as Gino is hit a couple autos. You get a couple kills for free. They're going to be able to split that both 1-0 and 1. But that's the aggression that I have been kind of looking forward to out of this, specifically from these two. The way that they have been playing, if they can continue this up, if they can get themselves to snowball, that duo lane on the side of Fable will just be non-existent.
But do you remember that meme where it's like what I do versus what people think I do? It's like supports at home think they do that all day long.
Oh, yeah.
But really they're not. You know, they're like, why won't my hunter just hit his shots? I'm so sick. I hit the double Cobra's Kiss Deathbane. Normally you're not Jin. You're not that good, but Jin in that case needed just a little bit more help, but eventually gets it done.
I can tell Agro's really got his fangs into you because you just described a meme.
Oh, yeah?
In conversation.
How stale?
If
it was super stale, then that's classic.
Oh, no, it wasn't that stale.
Ah, well, that was never enough then.
It was, you can tell it's seeping in, right? He's like slowly taking over.
Blink from Jin comes out, hits one of the Cobra's Kisses. Last breath lets him ride along with the Aijutsu. Snipe comes out from Gino. The Hunter was there for him that time. Shockwave, though, from Sir Falls a lot. Returns the favor. 1-for-1 Hunter for support.
Depending on the rotations right now, you do see Hercules and Cabrakan, but Cabrakan's going to be the one who ignores and is going straight for Gino. He doesn't even know. And even with those beads, I don't know if he can get out of here.
He's going to step forward and just try and clear as much of the minion wave as he can before his inevitable demise. That seems to be the theme of tonight's party as LingXiao finds Auzrik in mid lane. Reform Mango helps him out. Doesn't even need the I'm a Monster unless it just reset off the I'm a Monster. Wasn't able to quite see, but they're able to find that kill. 6-2. As Revenge got to a hot start.
That's the second time I've seen Gino just commit to the fact that he's going to die and try to get something out of it. The last time, it was in the last game, where he's like, I'm probably going to die. I'm one hit. Let's see if I can kill that Geb. Now he's doing the exact same thing. He's just trying to get a little bit of extra farm, try to stay up and ahead, since he knows that he's going to be able to give a little bit. But since that goes towards Sir Falls a lot as well as Waldrom, you can still see the 2-level lead that he has over Davey.
Those are actually good dual strats, by the way. If you're in the 1v1 and you're about to die, you clear the wave so they can't take your structures as you die. That's classic. It's a classic move. As now Auzrik gets some trouble in mid lane because guess who's lurking over the wall? It's Jhin. Crush. Cobra's Kiss pulls him right back in. No last breath available. So Auzrik is going to be able to just barely survive. No beads either. Now Waldrom suddenly a part of the battle. He's been pushed in by Reform Mango. Tremors along with Tectonic Shift. Not going to be enough, but Lightning Storm comes out for Auzrik. It does allow him to at least get one more kill in trade.
Mango, too low, no mana, and the same thing kind of goes for LingXiao. He has enough mana to stay alive. There's a Geb kind of laying in wait just around him. I don't anticipate Fable being able to pick up a kill right here. It's more of just kind of pause, being able to get at least one kill out of all of that for Auzrik. Gives them that patience. It's like, okay, I'm not going to lose my tower just yet. We can at least hold on for a little bit longer.
This set really does feel like it's come down to who's made more clean plays so far.
Yeah.
Is really the winner more than anything else. And I know that might just sound like an obvious thing, like whoever plays better wins. But there's been so much trading, so many plays that have not been as clean as they need to be. As Gnome solos ChronicThe bros here in the solo lane with a great combination with the Waxing Moon. But it really feels like that, doesn't it? Like whoever is able to make the fewest mistakes. I know that sounds obvious, but this game has really put that on display.
And the way they've been going, some of the mistakes, it's also who can capitalize on it best, right? Like where Revenge will make something, or they'll step out of position, and sometimes they get punished for it, sometimes they don't. And when they don't, I feel like that's what leads to like the inevitable, I'm going to try that again, and then it just doesn't work out. As of right now, they've been feeling a lot more confident. It's been looking a lot more clean overall. There still have been some of those moments, and I can see one happening right here as Mango gets a little bit too aggressive, looking for the kill, might end up eating it.
That was interesting. Reform Mango blinked in, but never used Driving Strike, it looked like. So perhaps didn't even have that tool available, but Cobra's Kiss Deathbane is still good damage. Sir Fall's Lot is just barely going to survive. The Lightning Storm from Auzrik over the wall acting as a pretty good deterrent to force back Revenge, but they're just going to go try and look for the buff invades. Waldrom is here on this side of the map trying to even things out.
That was one of those moments, and depending on how it gets used in the future, we might see it, but Jhin had that Cobra's Kiss, had the ability to throw out a lot, has a lot of damage online. Waldrom going to be eating a big chunk of it.
Oh, no.
But unfortunately, overstays his welcome. Maybe not even overstays his welcome, but just gets caught out.
The Tectonic Shift just kind of, you know, blocked
I like those statues.
Jhin off. Nowhere from to go. Those are great. What are they, decoy statues, man? So does
I forgot about the Fat Loki skin.
Does he get removed on July 4th too, along with Loki?
Just the skin.
Yeah, just that one skin. Snipes coming out from Gino. Might have a chance if we can find this last shot. Davey joking for his life, but can't. The scope comes out from Gino. Davey a little bit frustrated there as he ends up getting sniped.
Those are my favorite. I think Surrender Has Started is probably my favorite vote of all, or my favorite screen to have pop up, just because the way things go. You get to see the fun moments. The players aren't going to surrender. Davey's just a little tilted.
No, I do love it, right? It's just like this perfect moment that totally resonates with you as Sir Falls Lot gets pulled in. I'm a monster on the mark. Falls Lot takes a good bit of damage, but he is still a Geb. Is not going to fall just from that. But it is sort of that relatable moment where it's like, get me out. Like, come on. I'm done. Where you just kind of see that happening.
You get to feel. You have that empathy where you're just like, man, Davey, I've been 0-3 on Hachiman before. I understand what it's like to get ROM snipes. I got a little bit more specific as time went on. Maybe you're not in the same position, but something similar.
Jhin.
Just hanging out.
Just kind of lurking here in the jungle.
Not in the waters.
Yeah, not in the waters. No, he's lurking in the jungle. Lurking in the jungle. Something like that, maybe?
I'm telling you.
Those aren't
smoke on the water, but lurk in the water. It could be a hit.
Oh, that'd be way better. I didn't even think of that. Good call. There's Waldrom. Secures their own red buff. Not able to steal it away. Last breath, though, is going to control him. Gino's here for the shots. Waldrom running back towards Davey for backup, but Jhin goes in aggressive. Deathbane gets him away from Tectonic Shift, and Gino finds the shot. Waldrom going to fall early on in the engagement. Now Reform Mango's here. Blink over the wall, forces the Mountain Archery from Davey. Not going to be able to find the Cobra's Kiss or the Earthbreaker to bring him back in.
Trying to be able to lock him down, but just going to be able to slip out. Fortunately for them, they do still have a lot of pressure in mid, as well as a couple of buffs they can pick up, a little bit of experience here and there, and that's going to be able to continue at least a little bit of the pressure they have. About 3,000, almost 4,000 gold that they managed to pick up, and as long as they can kind of keep this roll going for them, they haven't made the same mistakes as last time.
But Gore, it's the 12-minute mark, man.
Yeah.
It's been the 12-minute mark in both games so far. I know they're off to a good start. And you're right to point it out, but they've done it in both games. They got to show me when we start moving a little bit into the mid-game, and they can hold on to this lead and close it out the way they're supposed to.
And I think a lot of it comes down to Gino versus Davey.
Yeah.
This matchup is like, it's not going Gino's way right now. And this has been where a lot of it, I think, has faltered, is the duo lane.
That's fair. I mean, in Game 1, the Chernobog was so oppressive that it didn't really matter. But once Game 2 came out and the Artemis was available for Davey, he was really able to sort of turn things around, especially with some of the early crit he was able to get out. Can Gino still do well for them? Is Waldrom going to suddenly come alive late the way he did in Game 2 as well? Those are the questions to be answered. But this time, LingXiao making the rotation over Tectonic Shift to try and control Gino, who goes up, looking for the snipes. This time, the scope a little bit off the mark, can't find the shots. LingXiao gonna chase for a little bit while longer, but Waldrom makes it out.
I'm wondering the call. It's actually going to be looking for the gank right now, as we're going to be seeing Jin go through. He actually blinks forward to stop the back. Davey's going to be the one who gets caught out.
Last breath is ticking on him, but he actually looks for Gino. Can't find the trade, even with the eagle eye. Gino brings him down. I'm a monster, not really going to hit home, but they don't even need it. They already got the kill they wanted. Davey drops. Reform Mango comes over. Looks like he steals Red Buff all on his own, but he gets CC chained to high heaven. Lightning Storm are going to finish him off.
Crush going to be able to connect. Waldrom incredibly low. Zen going to go for the jump, but there's the shield. I like the way he called that. It was that awkward moment of, I think he miscalled where he was going to walk. Waldrom turns to the right instead of the left. But it actually helps him out because he gets out of that without trading out his life.
No, I think it's definitely better that he didn't follow exactly the right way, because if he'd kept going on, he very likely would have died. Chronic and Gnome still boxing it out. These two haven't really rotated yet. They've just been fighting over in solo lane. So this is another thread to follow. As good as Wukong is with the stun, with the knock-up, with his damage and slow, I don't know if he's going to be able to match the Chang'e coming over with the heals and the waxing moon. That can certainly turn team fights.
There's so much I want to say that can go right, but ChronicThe Bros is really just going to end up being like Sir Falls a Lot Part 2, right? He's just going to be the other front line that's going to come through and just like, I'm going to tank for you guys, and then when I get low, or when my, sustainability, I guess, when my stun goes down, when I don't have my ult, then I'm just going to fall back, and you're going to be able to do whatever you want to do. As of right now, you've been locked in this position where you're just kind of eternally fighting Gnome. Neither one really taking the lead, because both, when they get low, just bring themselves back to life.
Gino hits Auzrik with every auto so far. Last breath brings him right back in. Perfect between the duo lane, and that's what the Rama Serqet is, the duo lane for Revenge. Now they're going to look at Goldfury. ChronicThe Bros in trouble. Is going to be able to heal a little bit and has to use that Somersault Cloud to retreat, but Goldfury free for Revenge, or at least well earned after they found that kill into Auzrik.
Trying to figure out where they want to go. Goldfury, past 12 minutes, so they didn't end up losing the fight right there, and they do extend their lead just a little bit as far as things have been going. But again, nothing huge, I want to say, out of Revenge. They're playing this a lot more patiently than they have in the past, and I think that's the big difference. This is what I expect to see out of them a little bit more.
Yes.
Although, when you have a Serqet support, you do have to do something that is a little bit more aggressive, I say.
Ultimate forced out from Davey on the back end of that fight. Snipes from long range. Gino not going to be able to find them. Either ult came up too late or he decided to do it too late, but not going to be able to find those shots. Surrender vote coming out from FableGG, as this one might feel a little bit out of reach. Though possible that came from Gino after realizing the ult was too late, maybe. So hard to know exactly for sure, but either way, I'm sure they're going to keep playing this one out. As you said, Revenge kind of showing us the clean play that we know they're capable of.
And it's in that weird moment where you can tell there's still some of that aggression where they're like, you know what? When we can beat Fable. We know we can beat Fable at this point. But they're still trying to hold it back. That's going to be a beautiful Cataclysm, at least trying to be able to catch it. But that's the best crush that you could have had. That's going to get rid of Sir Falls a Lot.
And able to get outside of the Lightning Storm. Now Reform Mango's in trouble. Waldrom deletes him with the 1-2 combo Tremors to try and give him some space, but Crush is swinging. I'm a monster on the mark. LingXiao brings him down. Now Auzrik needs to avoid it. Say goodbye to half your HP. Gino is here with the shots. Astral Arrow doesn't land. Neither does the Sikkim, neither does Crush, but Jin is here to finally take him down.
See, there's the glory of having 3 big DPS dealers. When you have that damage, you don't have to get the kill yourself. Someone else can get it for you, although that time at least, there were probably 2 or 3 times both of the mid and ADC thinking, man, that could have been mine. Oh, what was Davey doing there?
Davey Wavy, that wasn't the play. Ends up walking in to his demise. Not the slow and long walk to death you mentioned earlier and sent me down this spiraling sadness. Yeah, that was different.
That was gunshot bang. That was the fastest I could think of.
See ya, Space Cowboy.
Is
it so long? Am I wrong on that quote? Twitter will tell me.
No, it's... I think it's CU Space Cowboy.
LingXiao 4-0.
I'm pretty sure.
You know, I'm not going to put my life on it. I'm not going to put my reputation on it. I don't know. But 4-0-4 for LingXiao right now in the mid lane. 3 levels up over Auzrik on this Zeus, who's struggled so far in this game. Gnome, even with the Somersault Cloud, still happy to fight. Has reformed Mango here to try and turn the odds. Boulder dunks on Chronic and brings him down. Now Waldrom in some trouble. Once the turnaround onto Waldrom, they've got the rotation coming in from Sir Falls a lot, but a double kill for Mango and the driving strike to push Sir Falls a lot away. Even with Auzrik here at 2-for-0. Is already good. Actually, up in the I'm a Monster, LingXiao gonna rotate in the back end, is able to find it. So Falls a lot gets chunked. The return damage from Auzrik is good, but Crush, even better. Gnome finds that kill. They're gonna chase Sir Falls a lot beyond the tier 1.
Mango looking for the aggression, but I don't know if he has it. No blink available. He's gonna stop to back into the tier 2. That's gonna be the knockout.
Man.
The push. Cataclysm comes through. He's one hit. Do you commit? Nope, they have the snipes. They don't even need to.
The shield keeps alive for a moment. Third snipe off the mark. Jin, meanwhile, is fighting Davey on the dual lane side. He continued to push the Serqet support, even with Davey on the hunter position as the jump party ensues. He's kind of walking past Jin here to get as much farm as possible. Now going to turn around and look for autos. Jin, I think, just kind of recognizing this game is too far gone for FableGG at this point. 11k gold in the lead. Pyromancer going to add to that, as they're also 14,000 experience up. This time, Revenge, I think, even though they're still having fun with the game, have been playing that crispness we've been asking for.
It's that fun moment of it's never too late to make a big mistake, but they haven't been able to do it so far. So I'm expecting that they're going to be able to maintain their control with the way things have been going. And I'm actually really curious. I mean, that was one of those fun moments where if you're fighting Mango and Gnome, they have so much sustain, I don't know if anyone can actually outbox them.
No, it's so difficult. You're right. You're right to highlight that solo jungle play, absolutely, where Gnome and Mango really showed that sustain, showed their burst damage between the two of them as Davey forced you mounted archery just to get away from Gino, who's chasing him down in the jungle. I mean, at this point, the Runic Shield, Gauntlet of Thebes, Sovereignty build from Jin is so strong. Sir Falls a lot some trouble here in the jungle as he tries to fall back. Geb Shield keeps him alive. LingXiao does take down Auzrik. Roll in from Gino. Takes down Sir Falls a lot. Big ultimate in the I'm a Monster from LingXiao. Brings a Waldrom low. Sikkim on the mark. Aegis immune the snipes, but Crush waiting for him when the CC immune's over. 3 members down for Fable. Davey gonna fall as well. 4 members down for Fable. The surrender vote's coming out, and this time, wow, it actually ends up going through. Revenge take the set. 2-1.
LingXiao's damage was just too much to deal with. That Scylla crush was just destroying people pretty much from the first time he threw it out to the last time he threw it out, every step of the way.
Kind of felt like they had the Zeus, didn't it, with how much mage damage they were getting from the mid lane, but no, it was the Scylla. Despite how she's thought to have early game struggles, no one let them know here in this game. They continued to have a great performance. LingXiao playing out of his mind.
And now you know, Serqet support does work, at least in the right circumstance with the right player, as long as you can hit that early double kill you get for your team.
Yeah,
right?
if you get an early, if you can get a double Cobra's Kiss on 2 different targets into a double Death Bane, and then even when your hunter's missing autos, find a way to come in and get the kill with an auto attack, even when you're on low HP, then yes, you too can play Serqet support, but I doubt you're all quite that. I know
it feels like very good. You put up a pretty big barrier right there.
No, he on purpose.
He was very, very good at that. And that was one of those things, other teams, and especially other matchups, like against Rival, that probably doesn't work as well. Fable, it's one of those opportunities where, like, probably don't know how to deal with it, and I know I'm a good enough player to accomplish this.
Well, recognizing that you're able to make it happen and then actually doing it in practice, those are 2 different things, and both of those were clearly on display here as Revenge are able to grab 1 more win before they move on to the LAN. We'll be seeing them there, but that is going to do it for the EU side of things. We still have North America, where the 2nd place spot is still up for contention. We'll be seeing that one here in about 3 minutes. Grab your drink and get right back here.